Good morning, all of you. So, as we know that in last class we have been studied that what is glass prism? Is it yes, guys? Glass prism.
Is
Also, we have been studied what is refraction of light. Refraction of light through the glass prism. Through the glass prism, and we have been concluded that how the relationship between incident ray and as well as emergent ray in glass slab as well as glass prism. Is it yes or no, guys? Glass slab and glass prism. So what is the difference between them also we have been studying. So how the incident ray, how the refracted ray, how the emergent ray will be in glass slab and as well as glass prism. What is the difference between them? What is the angle of prism? Like this, so many things we have studied in the last class. Is it yes? Now, in our
yes,
today's
sir.
class, we are going to study dispersion of light. So, what do you mean by dispersion and as well as how it is started, where it has been started, who has been discovered? This all the things we'll discuss now. Let us come to the first one. First, in the year of 1665, when? In the year of 1665, scientist called as Sir Isaac Newton. Sir Isaac Newton discovered, like unfortunately, when he's doing some experiments, he has been found that with the glass prisms, that a white light consists of a mixture of 7 colors. Do you understand that? So in the year of 1665, when he is doing the experiments, he has been found that with the help of with the help of glass prisms, he has been found a white light. White light means example what? Like sunlight. Do you understand that? Like sunlight is consist of how many colors? Consist of a mixture of how many colors?
Seven colors.
7 colors. That is what the beginning point of this dispersion of light. First, Newton only has been found that a white light, like sunlight, is having a mixture of 7 colors. And he has been found that with the help of prisms. So, by saying that while a light is a mixture of 7 colors, what do you mean by that? Can anybody say? What do you mean by that? A white light is a mixture of how many colors? A lights of a
Seven
white
colors.
combination
Seven colors.
of 7 colors. So Newton found that if a beam of white light is passed through a triangular glass prism, then a white light split into form a band of 7 colors on a white screen. That is what we should call as dispersion of light. So, whenever he has been found, whenever the a beam of white light is falling on the prism, a triangular glass prism, then he has been found that the white light is splitting into 7 different colors of light, and they are forming on the white screen. That 7 different colors is only we should call as spectrum of white light. What we should call, guys? Spectrum
of white light.
Of white light.
And it has been found that 7 colors of the spectrum are, observe very carefully, and you have to draw this picture also in our classwork, and this picture only I have to remember in our brain also. So whenever I will say the wavelengths and all, you should remember very carefully, and you have to draw this picture. So now let us come to the picture. This is what he has been found while he is doing the experiments with a glass prism. So all of you do this. Exact picture you have to remember. Understand? So now here you can see a white light splits to form a band of 7 colors on a white screen. This is what we should call it as what? White screen. So you can see a beam of white light is false. So what do you mean? What is the name of the beam of white light? Anybody? What is the name of the beam of white light? AB. AB is called as what? AB is the a beam of white light. So when it will falls on this triangular glass prism, so a band of 7 colors formed on a white screen. A band of 7 colors formed on a white screen. So this band of 7 colors is only what we should call Ra. What we should call? What is the name of that one? A band
Spectrum of white light.
is called spectrum. Spectrum of white light. What we should call? Spectrum of white light. So these 7 colors of spectrum, if you'll observe very carefully, what they are called as red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Order everybody should remember. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue color, indigo and violet. So now these 7 colors of the spectrum we can denote it by a single word with the help of all the first letters of these colors from down to up. What is that? You can say the first letters of every word. One is B, second one is I, next one is B, next one is G. Speak here. Next one is Y. Next what we should call it as VIPGR. Understand? So we are going from down to up. Remember all of you, down to up. Top always will be red color. Bottom always will be violet color. We can study why the sky appears to be blue and all we will study later. So the wave understanding, the splitting portion of blue light is more than the violet and the indigo color. That is why blue color we will consider like for sky and all. Because the amount of blue light and red light is only more dominating in white light. Is it okay, guys? That is the reason we will consider.
Okay, sir.
But is the least understanding maximum deviation. That is you should remember. So here if you observe, this is what we will represent all the 7 colors with GR. V stands for what? Violet. I stands for indigo. B stands for G stands for green. Y stands for
yellow,
orange, R stands for red. That is you should remember. Now let us observe this picture very carefully and we will study very clearly. Here only so many MCQ questions will come. So each and every MCQ question you have to note it down at this figure only. So now I'm giving you 2 minutes time. Try to draw the figure and your classwork. This color shading also you do. Nothing will happen. Now later you do. Now you only draw 7 different colors. Now how to draw this picture I'm saying you. So many people will draw with this equal length. Observe very carefully. Like this they will draw 7 different. That is wrong. That bandwidth should be increases. Have you noticed it? The sizes keep on increasing. Do you understand all of you? Some inclination is there. Inclination should show like that. Some inclination should show. So draw perfectly by using scale. All of you draw this picture and always take the screenshot. This picture should be permanent in our classwork. That is what I want. Take your time and you can draw. But here you can inside also see from the point source. From the point source it is splits into 7 different lines. Again at this surface bending of light is taking place. That is only bending of light is refraction will take place. So you have to show perfectly here. Please do it. Once if it is over, if we'll say we'll start. Good morning, all of you. Those who joined now. Is it completed? Once if it is completed, you can tell. Regular for Arya, Pranav. Okay. So now Take this screenshot also. Later you have to see. I want to see this diagram in every classwork. Whatever the diagrams I will give in this chapter, every diagram should be in our classwork perfectly, including colors also. Remember that. Is it okay, guys?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So now let us go. What is first? We'll write what is dispersion of light and everything. Later only we'll conclude. So please all of you write the definition first. What is dispersion of light? Right. The band of 7 colors. The band of 7 colors. First we have to write the points correct. The first point here. The band of 7 colors. The band of 7 colors formed on a screen. Which screen, Ram? Formed on a white screen. Formed on a white screen when a beam of white light is passed through what? Glass slab or glass prism?
Glass prism.
That is
Glass prism.
passed through a glass prism. Glass prism is called spectrum of white light. Spectrum of white light. So now this white light, how we can represent? VGR. Understand, Ra? So ROYGBIV. Is it yes or no? So that is you should remember. So R stands for what, Ra? R stands for
Orange.
red.
Orange.
In blue,
Yellow.
indigo.
Yeah,
Orange.
correct. 1 minute. Red, orange, yellow, green,
Blue. Indigo. Violet.
Indigo, violet.
indigo, and violet. So now, observe here. This is what we used to call as VIBGYOR. This is what we should. This 7 is only we should call as. What is the name of this one? It is called as
Spectrum of white light.
spectral. SPECTRUM. Spectrum.
SPECTRUM.
Yeah, SPECTRUM, spectrum. Now, let us study what is this very clearly. So now, observe this picture, everybody. I hope you have been drawn already. Now you can see here, I am taking a beam of white light. What is the name of that beam of white light? Anybody? What is the name of that beam of white light? A beam of white light, AB, is inserted on a glass prism at the point of, what is that point? What is that point called as? Where we are inserting at point B. So I am inserting a beam of white light AB is passed into a glass prism of PQR. So now this beam of white light will start splitting into 7 different colors. Understanding? On entering the glass prism and forms a broad patch of 7 colors on white screen, which is placed. The screen name is called as what? Yes, which is a white. Yes, placed on the other side of the prism. Where it has been placed, Ra? Other side of the prism. That is also one of the MCQ question. Where we should place the screen to form the spectrum of light. So where we should place? One side. Understand? Always where the beam of light is inserted, opposite to the prism, we have to insert the white screen. Do you understand, guys? So now you can see here, we are observing a patch of, 7 colors on this white screen. That is what we can call as what? Spectrum. So now here all of you should remember, the glass prism is always kept on its base. Understand? What is the base called as? What is the base called? QR. So whenever you want to see the spectrum of light, always the prism has been placed like this only. QR. The base should be QR, bottom of the spectrum. So now you can observe the splitting up of a white light into seven colors, and passing through A. Which one are this one? What is this medium? Transparent medium or translucent medium, or which medium it is?
Transparent.
Transparent.
medium.
Like glass prism is only called as dispersion of light. So whenever you are passing a beam of light like this transparent medium like glass prism, then we can observe a seven colors of light is forming, like a patch is forming on the white screen. That is what we should call as dispersion of light. What we should call it, guys? Dispersion
Dispersion of light.
See, the formation of a spectrum of seven colors shows that white light is made up of how many colors, Ra? White light is made up of
Seven colors.
Seven colors.
Made up of lights of seven different colors of white. Seven different colors of white light. So now you can see here, it is a lights of seven different colors. They are mixed together. That is what we should call as white light. So now you can see a similar band of seven colors is produced when a beam of white light is forms an electric bulb also. If you'll take here sunlight, basically we will form the spectrum with the help of sunlight, because we'll consider sunlight is a major source of light, and the sunlight is considered, it is made up of how many colors, Ra? Seven different colors. Seven
Different colors.
of light. That is why basically we can see the spectrum of light, the seven formation of white patch on a white screen. Formation of spectrum on a white screen is formed by basically sunlight. But instead of sunlight, if you will take any kind of bulb light also, so which will also produce what, Ra? Which will also produce the same spectrum of light. You should remember. Understand? So white light is a mixture of
Sir, how sir it will produce?
that white light. Instead of normal, instead of sunlight, you can take white light also, because suppose you don't have a source of sunlight, then you can produce the white light and make it to fall. Understanding the light which is coming from the
No,
bulb.
sir. How in sky it falls, sir?
Sky. What sky? Like, ask me clearly.
Sir, sky we can see the seven colors, no, sir.
That is rainbow formation.
How it forms, sir?
Study, wait. Formation of rainbow will study Padmarshini, okay?
Okay, sir.
Just listen first. So now, observe very carefully. So this formation of spectrum of seven colors shows that what? A white light is made up of how many colors, Ra? It is made up of seven different colors. Lights are seven different colors. Seven different colors mixed together. Mixed what? Mixed together. So now you can see here, a white light is a mixture of seven colors, or seven colored lights, we can say. So this, if you'll observe here, the effect of this glass prism is only, what is the use of this glass prism? Anybody can say? What is the use of this glass prism? It will separate the seven colors of white light. Is it yes or no, guys? It will separate
Yes,
the
sir.
seven colors of white light. So if you take a similar band of seven colors, again they will produce when a beam of white light forms an electric bulb falls on this triangular glass prism also. So instead of sunlight, if you take a similar color of white light which is coming from the bulb, and if it will falls also in the triangular glass prism, it will also produce same kind of seven colors of band of light. That is why for source of light, if suppose we are doing this dispersion of light in lab, then we will use the same thing like what the source of light is coming from the bulb, because we cannot get the light inside the room from the sun. That is, you should remember. So now you can see here, we can explain the dispersion of white light by with the help of this experiment. For example, you can see here, a white light is a mixture of seven different colors. That is what we can say: red, orange, yellow,
And
green, blue.
Green, blue, indigo, violet.
Correct or not? Now you can see here, observe all of you, the dispersion of white light occurs only one reason, that is because if you'll observe carefully in the triangular glass prism, white light cannot travel with the same speed in the glass prism. Because why I am saying white light? White light is a mixture of how many colors? White light is a mixture of
Seven colors, sir.
seven colors. Seven colors.
colors. So, whenever the white light is falls on the triangular glass prism, reason why the dispersion is taking place. That is what one MCQ. Why the dispersion of white light is taking place? What is the reason behind? Because the white light travel at different speeds through the glass prism. That is the reason the dispersion of white light is taking place. White light cannot travel same speed throughout the glass prism. It will travel with different speeds through the glass prism. So the amount of refraction. What is another name of refraction, Kevin? Refraction also we can call it as what? Yesterday.
Bending of light.
Bending of light.
Whenever this white light is traveling different speeds through the glass prism, then the amount of bending depends on the speed of color of light in the glass. So how much it is bending, more bending or less bending, or more refraction or less refraction away from the normal is depends on purely the type of color of this white light. That is, you should remember. So now you can see that different colors travel at different speeds. Different colors will travel at different speeds. They are refracted or bent. By different angles. You can see here, all are not bent in the same angle. They are bending by different angles and passing through the glass prism. So that is what you can see. Some are bent very less. Here you can represent in the picture. They are showing that least deviation, and some are they are showing that maximum deviation. Is it yes or no, guys? Minimum deviation and maximum deviation. So some light rays, some colors of light will bend less, and some colors of light will bend more. That is because white light is traveling different speeds in different understanding in the different places in glass prism. So I am saying white light. Sir, white light means what? 7 different colors, correct or not? So white light is traveling different speeds means who is traveling actually? The 7 different colors are traveling different speeds. Do you understand, guys? Understand? That is what you should understand. So whenever I will say white light is traveling different speed, but actually who is traveling? Who is traveling different speed? The 7 colors are
different colors is traveling in different
speed in the glass prism. So when the white light is consist of 7 colors, they will fall on a glass prism. Then each and individual color, understand, it is refracted or deviated by different angles with the result that the 7 colors are spread out to form a main thing. What is that called as? Spectrum. Understand? So different colors will travel with a different angle and different deviation will take place. Means the bending of light is different for different colors of light. So that is the reason they will split up and they will form the band of 7 colors on a white screen. That is what we should call as spectrum. What we should call? Spectrum. If you observe here in this picture, all of you, who is having a least deviation? Anybody can say which color is having least deviation? Each and every. So red color is having least deviation. LEST, least deviation is shown by red color. All of you note it down. Same way, who is having the maximum deviation?
Violet.
Understand?
Violet.
So all of you write it. Violet is having a maximum deviation. maximum deviation. Now, sir, why, sir? Reason I will say. Listen. So, if you'll observe very carefully, red color is forming at bottom of the spectrum or top of the spectrum. Everybody, Karthikeyan, Bhumika, respond.
Top of this
This is
spectrum,
what
Top, sir. Top, sir.
red is always forming at the top and violet is always forming at the bottom. Remember, red is showing the minimum deviation because it is having maximum speed. What is that?
Speed.
maximum speed.
All of you note it down. Red is having a maximum speed. That is why least deviation or minimum deviation. Understand? Ra? So very faster it will reaches to the white patch. Next, violet color if we'll take, it is maximum deviation because of why? Minimum speed. What is that?
Speed.
Minimum speed. In where? That is what I want. In glass prism. Where it is?
In glass prism.
That is you should understand. So that is the reason violet color is deviated the maximum because of minimum speed. So these are the 4 MCQs here you have to remember. So now first you write the definitions and you can go with the diagram later. So first, right.
Increases, speed decreases.
Deviation increases, speed decreases. Okay. So now first you write it. I will
The
say.
maximum deviation will happen in violet and because it has minimum speed, sir.
That only. We will write it now. You first write dispersion of light. First you write dispersion of light. I will say you very clearly. No worry. The splitting up of white light, the splitting up of white light into 7 colors on passing through what, Karthikeyan, Arun Karthikeyan? Passing through
Glass prism.
Glass prism.
Transparent glass prism.
transparent medium like glass prism,
Glass prism.
like glass prism is called dispersion of light. Dispersion of light. So now,
Like
next, the dispersion of light occurs. What is the reason behind Bhumika, Tarani? What is the reason? Tarani, Pranav, what is the reason behind Padmarshini, Yalini? Reason why the dispersion is taking place?
White color consists of 7 colors.
That
Sir,
is,
because the speed of varies, sir.
yes, different speeds through the glass prism. Very good. Dispersion of white light occurs because colors of white light. Colors of white light. What do you mean by colors of white light? How many, Ra? 7 colors.
7 different colors.
Spectrum.
Yeah.
Seven
Travels
Different speed.
different speed.
different speeds throughout the glass prism. That's is it okay, guys?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yeah. So now, next point. Right. When white light consisting of how many colors, Nitinath?
Spectrum, 7 colors.
Seven.
Falls on a glass prism. 7 colors falls on a glass prism. Each color. Humaira, are you there in meeting? Humaira? Dilipan?
Yes, sir.
So many is not responding. Each color called to Jesse, Pranita. Each color. Hey, Nitina also not there, correct, Arvind? Each
He's
color.
not under
Yeah.
phone.
Glass prism. Each color in it is refracted. Is refracted. Refracted also we can call it as what? Dina?
Bending of light.
Bending of light.
Deviation.
Light.
Deviated. Deviated by a different
P.
angle. Different angle. With the result that 7 colors are spread out to form what? To form a what it will form? Spectrum.
Spectrum.
That is. Anusri, are you there? Akshaya? Prasini? Okay. That is what spectrum. So now you can write it here, all of you. Red color. Red color is coming where? Red color.
Less deviation.
That is the
Dots, sir.
point. Very, very important. All of you note it down. Yes. Red color. Minimum deviation, maximum deviation.
Minimum deviation, sir.
Maximum speed.
Deviation, maximum speed.
Maximum speed. Minimum deviation, maximum speed.
Deviated. Red color is deviated the least. Red color is deviated the least because it is what is the
The speed
position?
is more.
Position what?
Speed.
Utmost.
Top.
Of the spectrum. Upper part of the spectrum. In exam MCQ, they will ask you what is the color present below red. Like that also they will ask you MCQ. So by that time, WebGR you have to remember, WebGR is following from bottom to top or top to bottom. From bottom
Top to bottom.
upper part of the spectrum. So red color is deviated the least. Understand? And second one, who is deviating? Violet color.
Violet.
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 Maximum deviation.
Greater than.
Yeah, violet color is deviated.
Maximum.
Deviated
Maximum.
maximum because what is the reason? Because
Less speed, sir.
it has the minimum speed. It has the minimum speed in prism. Is it okay, Varshini? Now here, because it has maximum speed. Maximum speed. Is it okay, guys? Respond me. Now,
Okay, sir.
I'm going to conclude one statement for this meeting. Meeting is going to end, correct? So observe angle of deviation. What symbol we can represent? So let me take angle of deviation is some m or n something. You can write it. Angle of deviation. Angle of deviation delta, correct? Yesterday we have been shown. Angle of deviation is inversely proportional to speed. Is it okay, right? Speed of light.